Aloha and welcome in the High Now Daily. Lung cancer is one of the deadliest cancers here in Hawaii, but there's new hope through early detection and advanced treatment. It's Lung Cancer Awareness Month, and we want to welcome in Dr. Ryan Nakasone, Dr. Jared Hara from the Queens Medical Center to talk about treatment here at home. Welcome into the show, you two.
Hi, thanks for having us.
Yeah, thanks for having us.
Thank you very much for being here. It's a very important information and topic we're going to cover today. So, Dr. Nakasone, let's start with you. What role does Queens play specifically when it comes to lung cancer treatment here in Hawaii?
Yeah, it's a great question. You know, Queens is one of the largest hospitals in the state, so they definitely try to take a leadership and frontline role in terms of treating cancers and detecting cancers. So they bring in the latest technology, so they bring in the AI for lung cancer detection, robotic navigation to make the diagnosis and surgery safer and better. They put together a top-notch multidisciplinary team, so medical oncologists, radiation oncologists, pulmonologists, radiologists, surgeons, and so on and so forth. So really, we meet regularly to discuss cases and try to come up with the best options for the patients going forward. They're ahead of the game on research, so they have the Queens Research Department, and they partner with UH Cancer Center to look at clinical trials that are out there. Do our patients qualify for these trials? Can we get these trials open in Hawaii? So they really are trying to push the envelope as much as possible for lung cancer detection, treatment, etc.
Okay, very multi-layered approach. Now, Dr. Hara, I want to transition over to you. How common is lung cancer here in Hawaii, and is it maybe a misconception that only smokers can get lung cancer?
Yeah, thanks for the question. I think certainly it is a bit of a misconception. Both people that smoke and also people that don't smoke are at risk of developing lung cancer. Based on the data we have, about 1 in 16 to 1 in 17 men and women, respectively, will have a lifetime risk of developing lung cancer. So how does that translate to kind of percentages? Well, what we know is that about 11% of cancers are going to be attributed to lung cancer. And even if it's just, it only makes up 11% of cancer diagnoses, what we know is that actually 20% of cancer-related deaths are from lung cancer. Yeah, that just kind of shows you how serious we need to take lung cancer. To go to the second part of your question about its relationship to smoking, the data shows that about 1 in 5 people diagnosed with lung cancer will actually have no history of smoking. And the reason that's an interesting or important statistic for us to think about here in Hawaii is what we know is that people who are of Asian descent or Native Hawaiian or from other Pacific Islanders, those patients actually are at increased risk of developing lung cancer, not related to smoking. And so when we actually look at our data for patients with a new diagnosis of lung cancer, we actually see that in Hawaii, about 1 in 3 people will be diagnosed with lung cancer not related to smoking.
Oh, very interesting. And obviously with something like lung cancer, this isn't something we're going to visually see. So what are the first signs, symptoms that someone may possibly have lung cancer?
Yeah, it's another good question. And the tricky part is cancers can be very sneaky, right? So a lot of patients, unfortunately, are developing cancer and don't even know they have it yet. So some symptoms to look out for would be things like cough, coughing up blood, chest pain, weight loss that just continues. So really, it's any symptoms that are different from your baseline that are just not going away or they keep getting worse. Just talk to your physician to get checked out because early detection is really important.
Dr. Hara, expand more on early detection. What's available?
Yeah, so thankfully with the advances in technology, our ability to detect lung cancer at a smaller stage is a lot better. You know, if this were 10, 20 years ago, we would have used X-rays. And so now what we do is we use basically multiple X-rays from multiple directions. It's called like a CT scan. And we use a low-dose CT scan. And it's a non-invasive test where we can actually detect lung cancers that are even smaller than 1 centimeter. So if you're thinking, you know, how do I get access to this, this very non-invasive test that could potentially save my life? Well, if you're between the ages of 50 to 80 years old and you've smoked for at least 15 years, then I think you should talk to your primary care doctor and see if you're eligible to undergo screening tests.
Now, we've talked early detection. Dr. Nakasone, let's expand more. Just treatment services. What's available currently right now for people that are impacted?
Yeah, again, another great question because there's different ways to treat lung cancer. So surgery is always a possibility in certain cases, radiation, for example, and then what I specialize in, which is chemotherapy, immunotherapy. And each of these specialties have gotten better and better throughout the decades, you know, different advancements. So Dr. Hara and his radiation team, for example, they can now track motion with their scanner when they do radiation to make the radiation even more specific and more precise to lessen side effects. We always have traditional chemotherapy, which has been around for decades upon decades. But we have new therapies that are coming out, immunotherapies that kind of rev up the immune system to attack the cancer cells. We have what we call molecular targeted therapy, which looks for specific mutations in certain cancers to go after. So really just super interesting things coming down the pipeline in terms of the future of cancer care and lung cancer care. So it's a great time to be alive in our specialty because there's just so many different changes.
Okay, so we've talked early detection. We've talked about options, treatments that are available currently right now. I wanted to ask you both as well as local boys who have chose to return back home to Hawaii to practice. What inspired that decision to come back home?
Yeah, so for me, my grandfather's battle with colon cancer actually inspired me to become a physician. But to me, being home in Hawaii is about more than, being born and raised here, went to high school here, went to medical school here. It's always been about coming back to give back to the community that raised me and to take care of the people that took care of my loved ones. I've had patients go from barely even being able to speak the first time they meet me to a few months after treatment being able to do the Honolulu Marathon, sing or dance at their child's wedding. And it's those kind of moments that are so rewarding to me. And so my hope is that I can be a small part of my patient's journey, not just to survive, but to really truly live and prioritize what really matters to them.
Dr. Nakasone, how about you?
Yeah, I think what Dr. Hara is talking about is a true sentiment across the board. Being from here, raised here, born here, wanted to always give back to the state. We have a shortage of physicians in the state, and I did not want to be part of that shortage, right? So I had to go away for specialty training and came back as fast as I could, so I could start treating my family and friends and the people in this community, which I've always wanted to do. It was a long journey, but ultimately got us back here as fast as possible, and now we're trying to do the best work we can.
Mahalo to the two of you for joining me. Now, for more information about lung cancer screening or treatment at the Queens Medical Center, visit queens.org.